Chapter 614. When Jian Yun saw Ho Liancheng's face, she struggled. "Don't touch me. Don't move. I'll take you to the hospital." Hu Liancheng let Jian Yun hit him on the face and did not dodge. He picked her up and walked out. Fang Jianren and the others quickly followed. The noisy hall instantly quieted down. The surrounding staff looked at each other. One of them said uncertainly, "That super handsome man looks so familiar. It seems to be Hu Liancheng, that old prince of Hu family. He is now the CEO of Cloud Group." Someone took out his phone. He clicked on a news video and said, "It's him. Look, a few days ago, the imperial capital had been broadcasting news about the Cloud Group for a very long time. He's a very powerful figure. I heard that he single-handedly defeated the illegitimate son of the Hughes who colluded with foreign capitals to usurp the throne. My God, it's really him. And he's even more handsome than what I saw on TV. Hu Liancheng actually came to our King Hu City Civil Affairs Bureau. Hurry up and post it on WeChat Moments. I just took a photo. I'll post it on Weibo too." For a moment, the flames of gossip burned. At this moment, someone asked suspiciously, "Right. I'm going to post a Weibo post too. Did you notice that Hu Liancheng seemed to be looking for the pregnant woman in red? I saw that he kept staring at that woman." "Yeah, I just came in from outside. I heard the man say that Hu Liancheng was the ex-husband of the pregnant woman. It should be true. Don't you remember?" Wang Yao asked. Hu Liancheng's secret marriage was exposed online. He married a girl from our Green Lake. I think she came here to register as well. The director personally welcomed her. A few months ago, Hu Liancheng was announced that he wanted to marry the young lady of the Mo family. And then it was announced that he was divorced. "It seems like it's true," someone said. "They must have divorced. Didn't you guys hear that? That man was trying to persuade the girl to remarry with someone. He must be referring to Hu Liancheng. However, that girl said that she would never consider Hu Liancheng, even if she never married. It seems that this girl must have suffered a lot back then. Then who is the child in her womb?" Someone suddenly asked. "It looks like it has been 7 or 8 months. As soon as these words came out, everyone's eyes are shining, and they feel like they found a great gossip. For a moment, all of them were immersed in playing with their phones. Hu Liancheng hugged Jian Yun tightly along the way. Jian Yun was sitting in his arms. Their positions were so ambiguous that Jian Yun felt uncomfortable all over. After asking him to put her down several times but to no avail, she slapped her a few times. Hu Liancheng only looked at Jian Yun the whole time, and his eyes were deep and gloomy. No matter how she hit him, his face turned red and he did not let her go. In the end, Cheng Mu's could not bear to watch anymore. "Sister Jian, can you not hit your face? It hurts even when I look at it." "Then let him let go of me." Jian Yun glared at Cheng Mu's. Cheng Mu's turned his head and pretended not to hear her. "I won't let you go. I won't let you go anymore." Hu Liancheng grabbed Jian Yun's hand and greeted her on his face. "As long as you can calm down, you can hit me and scold me. Just don't ignore me." Jian Yun heard him and tried her best to retract her hand. She looked at Hu Liancheng from the corner of her eyes and sneered. "You are not my person. Why should I hit you and scold you? I am your ex-husband. Since you're your ex-husband, then please stay away from me. Don't appear in front of me." Jian Yun was about to go crazy from anger, and her stomach started to ache again. Hu Liancheng stared at Jian Yun. Seeing her frown, he hurriedly reached out and placed his hand on her hand that was stroking her stomach. "I won't speak anymore. Don't be angry." Jian Yun also knew that her stomach pain today should be because she was angry, so she still had to maintain her calm. But how did she calm down? "I will say it again. Let go of me." She had said that she would never get back together with Hu Liancheng a second ago, but now she was sitting on his lap in such an ambiguous manner, which made Jian Yun feel disgusted with herself. Hu Liancheng only hesitated for a moment, and Jian Yun's heart was burning. She suddenly slapped him on the face again. With a slap, Hu Liancheng was solidly slapped. At the same time, Jian Yun's cry of surprise sounded. "Ah! Is it because of the pain in my hand?" Hu Liancheng did not care that his face was swollen. He grabbed Jian Yun's delicate hand and looked at it nervously. Cheng Mu's could not help rolling his eyes. Why didn't he realize that Hu Liancheng was actually a masochist? This slap was probably very satisfying. Jian Yun pulled her hand back forcefully and hugged her stomach with a conflicted expression. It was probably because her emotions had disturbed the little guy in her stomach several times that he was fast asleep. Just when she fiercely slapped Hu Liancheng just now, This kid suddenly kicked her with shadowless kick, making her shiver all over. This was protesting that she hit his father? No. How was this possible? Jian Yun absolutely did not believe that Che would protect Hu Liancheng. After all, from the beginning until now, he did not want Cho. He almost killed Che. Thinking of this, Jian Yun's expression became somewhat ferocious. Hu Liancheng saw that Jian Yun lowered her head in silence and did not hit him anymore. For some reason, he felt a little disappointed in his heart. He had hugged her like this many times in his dreams. She was soft and warm in his arms. That deep sense of satisfaction and happiness made him feel like his life had lit up. However, when he woke up, his body was cold. The huge psychological difference even caused him to have serious sleep problems. Therefore, even if Hu Liancheng knew that Jian Yun hated his touch, and he hugged her so tightly, it might make her dislike him even more. He could not bear to let go of her no matter what. However, Jian Yun's silence made Hu Liancheng nervous. Hu Liancheng, don't make me hate you more. Silence filled the narrow space in the car. Hu Liancheng smiled bitterly. She actually used the word hate. In the end, he let go of Jian Yun's hand. Jian Yun clumsily moved to the seat by the window and sat down. A lonely sigh came from her ear. For some reason, her heart also trembled. Jian Yun's heart had just jumped up and down, along with Hu Liancheng's sigh, when she received another kick. It made her endure it. She could not help but say, "Ah." There was a cry of surprise. Smack. Jian Yun was furious. She slapped herself on the stomach. Little rascal, he doesn't like you. Why do you still want to help him? After saying this, Jian Yun realized that Hu Liancheng was beside her. She swept her eyes and saw him staring at her. Jian Yun pretended not to see him and quickly turned her head to look at the scenery outside the window. Cheng Mu's, who was sitting in the co-pilot seat, seemed to have found something interesting. He started to shout, fourth brother, look quickly. Is your son fighting?" Hu Liancheng was staring at Jian Yun's stomach with his eyes glowing. Her coat was open. He saw a piece of her thin sweater being propped up and something sliding over it. He could not bear to blink when he saw it. He was very happy when Cheng Mu's called him your son. However, Jian Yun was not happy when Hu Liancheng was happy. She decisively pulled up her coat and covered her belly, saying nothing to the two of them. However, she did not know if she had slept well or not. Today, until his biological father was beside her, Jian Yun felt that the little one in her belly was especially excited today. He treated her stomach as a training field. He was very excited when he punched and kicked her. Jian Yun was disturbed by the commotion. Hu Liancheng saw that her expression was not good and also became nervous. Fortunately, they arrived at the hospital at this time. As soon as the car stopped, Hu Liancheng rushed down with Jian Yun in his arms. Hey, it was a fetal movement. I'm fine now. Put me down. Jian Yun was very resistant to Hu Liancheng's touch. Sister Jian, go and take a look. Don't worry. Cheng Mu saw that half of Hu Liancheng's face was swollen. The corner of his eyes twitched. He consciously led the way. No. Put me down. I want to wait for Feiang Zhanren and the others. Jian Yun and Wu Wenjing had just come out of the Civil Affairs Bureau in 2 separate cars. Wu Wenjing and the others had not arrived yet when she arrived. Hu Liancheng stopped in his tracks when he heard that. A dark light flashed in his eyes. Is the delivery woman going to give birth? Quick, there's a wheelchair here. Push her to the delivery room. At this time, a nurse saw Hu Liancheng holding Jian Yun and thought she was going to give birth. She quickly pushed the wheelchair over. Jian Yun quickly waved her hand. No. I just have cramps in my legs. My child is not even full month yet. Oh, then you are here for the birth examination? The 2 nurses saw that Hu Liancheng was too handsome and kept glancing at him. They were also very enthusiastic towards Jian Yun. The elevator is here. Right. She is pregnant and cramps. Don't you have calcium supplements? Remember to eat calcium tablets? Okay, thank you. Jian Yun forced herself to smile. There were too many people here, and Hu Liancheng was too eye-catching. Many people were looking at them. Jian Yun did not want to make it too ugly, so she could only swallow her anger and let Hu Liancheng carry her into the elevator. On the way to the hospital, Hu Liancheng asked Cheng Mu's to contact the hospital director. They had just entered the elevator when the hospital director called. When the elevator door opened, Jian Yun saw the hospital director leading a few experts outside the elevator. President Hu, I'm sorry. There was an operation when I picked up the phone. I was delayed and did not go to welcome President Ho. I hope President Hu can forgive me, the hospital director said in a trembling voice. He looked up and saw half of Hu Liancheng's face was red and swollen. He could not help but be stunned. President Hu, your face. It's okay. Hu Liancheng glanced at him. Which one is an obstetrician? A middle-aged woman in her 40s walked out. Jian Yun looked at her and did not know who she was. She could not be bothered to struggle anymore. She would not care what Hu Liancheng wanted to do. After today, she would not bother with him anymore. The obstetrician checked Jian Yun's body and took a blood pressure to listen to the fetal heart. Everything was normal. Maybe the baby was very active. If she was worried, she would do ultrasonography. Hu Liancheng was naturally worried. Jian Yun was now lying on the bed in the ultrasonography room. Her belly was exposed and the doctor who performed the ultrasonography could cut her belly with the instrument. Jian Yun ignored Hu Liancheng, who was standing beside her and accompanying her. She only looked up and focused on the screen in front of her. Perhaps the hospital director had told her that the doctor had done it very carefully and explained it to Jian Yun and Hu Liancheng. Jian Yun looked at the ultrasound baby on the screen, and her eyes became gentle. The corners of her lips even revealed a smile. Hu Liancheng was also looking at the screen. This was the first time he had seen a baby in this form. He was curious. At the same time, he could not suppress his excitement, especially when he heard the sound of the baby's heart beating like a small train. His eyes suddenly felt sore. This baby is really naughty. It keeps moving. Look at it. It seems like it is blushing. No wonder Mom is not feeling well. Dad's heart is aching, Dr. BKO also said with a smile. Jian Yun frowned when she heard that, but she would not correct him at this time. She only used the corner of her eye to glance at Hu Liancheng. She saw him holding an ice bag to apply the half of his face that was swollen by her. Then, he focused on the screen of the ultrasound. It seemed that his eyes were still a little red. No, how was that possible? Didn't he hate children? She must be seeing things. That's right, Jian Yun sneered in her heart. He was a hypocritical person. On the surface, he did everything with ease. Now, he was just putting on an act. The examination was done carefully this time, and it took a long time. When it was over, the doctor passed the ultrasound sheet to Hu Liancheng and said with a smile, "Don't worry, everything is normal." "Thank you." Hu Liancheng was relieved. He turned around and saw Jian Yun had already propped herself up on the bed. She was tidying her clothes. Hu Liancheng hurriedly went to help her, but was dodged by Jian Yun. There was no reason to carry Jian Yun again. Hu Liancheng felt a little disappointed. He saw Jian Yun get up and walk towards the door and hurriedly followed her. When the door opened, a group of people welcomed them. The dean took the lead. There were also a few acquaintances Jian Yun knew. Bao Zi and Yin Qi were also in the line. This battle shocked Jian Yun. She was just here to do an ultrasound. Why did it seem like she was welcoming some important person? Oh, right. Wasn't the current Hu Liancheng a big shot? Cloud Group is now China's #1 financial group, the president of the #1 financial group. This status is very prominent. It was said that he had the support of a mysterious big shot behind him. He was in the limelight for a while. Naturally, he would cause a sensation wherever he went. As for her, she was just a side product. When Jian Yun thought of this, the corners of her lips could not help but curl into a cold smile. Hu Liancheng's attention had always been on her, and at this moment, he could not help but furrow his brows. "Jian Yun, how is your body?" Bai Zi's position in the hospital was considered high. His relationship with Jian Yun was pretty good, so he naturally had to greet her when they met. Jian Yun immediately replied with a bright smile. "Very good." Hu Liancheng saw Jian Yun smile at Bai Zi, and she even smiled so beautifully. When she looked at him with a cold and impatient look, she immediately felt extremely unbalanced in her heart. As a result, the dean, who had been standing with Hu Liancheng the whole time, suddenly felt the temperature around him suddenly drop. He was still wondering if the air conditioner was broken. The position of the fetus is very good. It did not go around the navel, and it has already been 35 weeks. It is more than a week bigger than the actual month. Mrs. Hu must pay attention to walk more during this period of time and balance her diet. If there is any discomfort, come to the hospital at any time. The obstetrician held the report sheet as a medical advice. Jian Yun frowned and said, "Sorry, I am not Mrs. Hu." "Yes, but I still thank the doctor for his explanation." Jian Yun did not look at Hu Liancheng after she finished speaking. She nodded with Bai Zi and turned around to leave. The group of people in white coats looked at each other. But now, no one dared to ask Hu Liancheng what was going on, because Hu Liancheng's expression was too ugly. Everyone could only guess themselves. The divorce between Hu Liancheng and his ex-wife, who came from a commoner family, had caused a huge commotion. Even those who did not pay attention to the gossip knew about it. Now, it seemed like things were different from what was happening on the internet. It was obvious that there was something wrong with the way Hu Liancheng looked at this girl. Even a blind person could tell that he liked her. It was as if his eyes were on her. However, Jian Yun was as cold to Hu Liancheng as a stranger. Furthermore, she was 9 months pregnant. Hu Liancheng's attitude today also indicated that Jian Yun was pregnant with his flesh and blood. When they divorced, she was 4 or 5 months pregnant and divorced when she was pregnant. I can't continue guessing. Some people secretly shook their heads. They thought that rich people were all the same. Although they liked her, their background determined their fate. He could not marry her. Even if he married her, he would probably be crazy and would regret it very soon. Otherwise, he would not have made such a fuss. Then, Hu Liancheng would appear today, probably because of the child in the girl's womb. Jian Yun hated Hu Liancheng more and more after seeing such a big scene. She also knew that Hu Liancheng and she were from 2 different worlds. He was used to being surrounded by the stars and the moon, but she only liked to be ordinary. There were too many ravines between them. Jian Yun did not even turn her head. She went straight into the elevator. When she turned around, the elevator door slowly closed. Her eyes inadvertently swept over. She saw Hu Liancheng looking at her. There seemed to be a lot of things hidden in his eyes. She actually saw a surge of disappointment in his eyes. She must be seeing things. After coming out of the hospital, Jian Yun called Wu Wenjing and found out that they were still on the road and encountered a traffic jam. Jian Yun told Wu Wenjing not to come to the hospital and directly drove the car home. She took a taxi back by herself. When Jian Yun arrived home, it was exactly 6:30. Yang Fei and Auntie Quinn had just finished dinner and saw that she was back with a sullen face. Yang Fei asked another question. What's wrong? Did the matter go well? Yes. She took off her coat and scarf and went to her bedroom. Yang Fei saw that she seemed very tired and did not want to talk, so she did not ask anymore. Auntie Quinn followed. Yun Duo, have you eaten? If you do not eat, Auntie will make you something to eat. I don't have any appetite now. Auntie, eat when you are hungry. How could Jian Yun still eat now? She held onto her stomach and lay down carefully. Her brows were still tightly knitted. Not long after, Jian Yun heard Yang Fei knocking on her bedroom door. Yun Duo, Wu Wenjing and Yan Yan are here. Are you asleep? Can I come in? Come in. I am not asleep. Jian Yun recovered from her daze and saw Wu Wenjing and Luo Yanyan walk in one after another. Jian Yun, you. Wu Wenjing and Luo Yanyan looked at each other as if they wanted to ask something but did not dare to ask. Nothing happened. Jian Yun saw the gossips on their faces and guessed what they wanted to ask. Immediately, she rolled her eyes at the 2 of them. Luo Yanyan pursed the corner of her mouth and asked in a conflicted manner. I saw that he rushed over today and definitely does not forget you. He is afraid that you will really marry someone else. Jian Yun, do you still have feelings for him in your heart? Relationships? Jian Yun was silent for a while and suddenly said in a stern voice. It is impossible for me to be with him. Why is it impossible? With his current status, he can completely protect you and no one will come and destroy you. Luo Yanyan grabbed Jian Yun's hand and said seriously. Jian Yun felt inexplicably a little irritated in her heart. She half leaned on the bed and covered her stomach with the blanket. Her hands formed a circle around her belly and her eyes flashed. After a long time, she said, but there are too many barriers between us and the difference is too great. He is too self-righteous. I am too proud and there are too many contradictions. Wenjing could not help but roll her eyes. Jian Yun, how can it be as bad as you say? You are too pessimistic now. Then do you think I should accept him again? Jian Yun looked up at Wu Wenjing and Luo Yanyan. The 2 of them had witnessed how she and Hu Liancheng had known each other all the way, until they fell in love, and then separated. They should have more right to speak. However, Wenjing and Luo Yanyan were stunned by the question. Both of their eyes were flickering. If you were me, would you accept such a person? Jian Yun continued to ask. Her eyes were very sharp, like the edge of a knife that was stained with blood. Maybe. Wenjing stuttered. Luo Yanyan did not say anything. But I can't get over the hurdle in my heart. The corner of Jian Yun's mouth curled into a cold smile. Do you all know that he has never told me about his matters? All of my understanding of him basically came from other people's mouths. You all might not understand that kind of feeling. Those people look at me with pity in their eyes, and their high and mighty attitude makes me feel like a clown. I live in the cage that he made up for me and still think that I'm happy. Wenjing and Luo Yanyan did not say anything, but the two of them looked at Jian Yun with heartache. After coming back from the capital, Jian Yun did not mention Hu Liangsheng. This was the first time she had analyzed her feelings for them. You will never know how worried I am when he suddenly disappeared without a trace, especially when everyone knows what he is doing. Only I am like a fool and do not know anything. As his wife, I want to find out from other people what happened to him and where he is. During those days, I had insomnia every night, and my hair fell off a lot. I went to the capital to look for him, but I didn't know anyone. I thought I was very close to him, but he was so cold to me. He didn't tell me anything and didn't let me see him. That day, my heart was cold. I trusted him wholeheartedly, so he told me not to worry. I tried my best not to worry. At that time, I just found out that I was pregnant not long ago. I wanted to have this child, but he kept telling me that he didn't like children. Even if I was pregnant, he still wanted me to abort him. I never believed that he would be so cruel. When he suddenly came back, I was so happy that I almost went crazy. But he forced me to go to the hospital to abort the child. At this point, Jian Yun suddenly reached out her hand to cover her face, as if she was trying hard to calm her emotions, so she did not notice the half-covered bedroom door. She did not know when. Lu Yanyan and Wu Wenjing's heart ached when they heard this. Lu Yanyan grabbed Jian Yun's hand and choked. Jian Yun, don't think about what happened in the past. Jian Yun shook her head. At this time, she put her hand down. Her eyes were a little red, but her expression was calm. She continued, luckily the nurse who came in that day was familiar with Bai Zi and Yanra. That was why I hid the truth and protected Che. So although I hate his ruthlessness, I love him more. I have thought of leaving him, but I cannot bear to do so. Suddenly, there was the sound of something landing outside the door. Jian Yun only took a look and did not care. Lu Yanyan and Wu Wenjing exchanged a worried look. The second time I went to the capital, I was interrogated like a criminal. Do you know? Jian Yun suddenly raised her eyes. The sharp gaze earlier had already disappeared. It was as if she had suddenly lost focus. It was dark and emitted a bone-piercing despair. At that time, my body was already very weak. I could not sleep all night, but I could not eat anything. I could not eat anything and lost more than 10 kilograms of weight in half a month. I saw that I was like a ghost, but I still tried hard not to be pessimistic. I was afraid that Che would be affected by my emotions, but I have never been humiliated like that in my entire life. It was like I was stripped naked and exposed in front of everyone. I wanted to find a hole to hide in,